Hello world, I'm Chris Pirillo, and you are watching, I guess, what will be a live unbagging of the Simpsons Lego minifigures. Apparently, these aren't really officially for sale, but I did acquire them through an online resource where people generally acquire things through, so that I know of. They are official, and this video is as official as they get, live on YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. I've got 711 patrons as of today. They are don't you just love doing videos live on YouTube? Especially with, let's see here. Ooh, we have 100 people tuning in right now on Easter Sunday. That is the day of the day today for the day. 711 patrons are helping make the Geek Lifestyles YouTube channel possible, doing things like this for you, the greater geek and nerd community, especially if you happen to be, like me, an adult fan of Lego, or let's say you enjoy toys or anything kind of geeky or nerdy. I just finished watching a Star Wars documentary, but that's not what this video is about. This video is about me drinking some unbagging juice and opening these packages up live in real time on YouTube. So thanks again for remembering to like, comment, share, subscribe, watch more of our videos after we're done with this one. I have no idea how long it's going to take. Have no idea. So let's start here. The bags were numbered, and I don't know if there are bump codes. There may very well be. Let's see here. I'm seeing a dent there. Yeah, it's possible there are either bump codes or they felt around in the bag for the heads of the various figures, because they would all be different heads, really, and that's the easiest way to tell one Simpsons minifigure apart from another. By the way, don't tell me that you didn't know this video was happening live, because we sent out a push notification to the LockerGnome app available for iOS and Android, completely free. That's the easiest way to find out when we upload a new YouTube video to our various channels. So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and open up bag number one. Hun, what's wrong? Okay. My wife Diana was joining us, and then she walked away. I don't know if she was bored already, but I haven't even started yet. Here we go. The first one we're opening is a Marge Simpson. Right here. I'm going to piece Marge together for you in real time, or pseudo-real time. You know, these skirts are fun, but also somewhat of a challenge for me as well. Let's see if I can get it to work just right. I remember watching The Simpsons eons ago. And when I say eons, I mean when it was still on the Tracy Ullman show. And I don't even know if they had a name for The Simpsons short at that point. I remember seeing some of the very first Simpsons episodes as well. Now this Marge comes with a purse, unlike the Marge from the Simpsons Lego build, the house, you know, the house that I built in the other YouTube channel that we have. There's Marge. In fact, to do this right, she's holding on to Donut Fancy as well. This is a little magazine here. Don't worry, I will give you a better close-up view, front and back, in just a second. I've got this perfect background. Look at that. Is that not Simpsons-esque? So you guys can see it in focus right there. There's Marge Simpson with a nice pink purse, blue hair. You cannot remove the hair. That is not an accessory. The skirt is, not really made of plastic. I guess it'd be some kind of cloth or that type of material. It's a minifigure. There's Marge from the back. That's Marge's butt. Now on YouTube. So hopefully you guys got a good look. And by the way, I'm probably going to be taking still photos of each one of the Simpsons characters and posting to my Instagram feed and throughout my social feeds if you're not following me there. Let me go ahead and turn off. Well, should I turn that off or keep it on? The 711, I can't even say it now, 711 patrons, people who support me. ChrisPirillo.com. The link is in this video's description. This is the checklist that came with Marge. This is the checklist that will be, or should be, in each one of these particular bagged minifigures, so that you know how many more are left for you to collect. And then there's the back, showing you all the accessories that should come with these various minifigures, or minifigs, as we fans call them. Just so you guys know, I know this is going to be a very well-received series of toys, because the share that I did with the announcement when Lego Group came out and announced the Simpsons minifigures, that particular share, that photo, that image, was shared from my Facebook page like 10,000 plus times and liked over 30,000 times. So I know these things are going to be super, super, super popular in the market, and I'm very happy to have them now. By the way, the top of Marge's head on the hair, there's a hole there. So if you have an extra bow, potentially from the Friends series, you would be happy to know that you could stick something into Marge's hair. So that's Marge there. Hopefully you guys got a full view. This is, by the way, being broadcast in HD. And for those of you wondering, yes, I will likely be producing a more edited video of the LEGO Simpsons minifigures as well, if only for those who don't like watching live videos on YouTube or participating that way. I just like doing live videos because it's easy for me and I don't really enjoy video editing. Here we go with bag number 2. Shorts fell out. I do not plan on eating these shorts because I do believe bag number 2 belongs to a not stoned looking Bart Simpson. The Bart Simpson that came with the Simpsons house, much like Homer, and I think Lisa as well. Look, the Simpsons characters looked stoned. That's what some people were saying. And I do not disagree with them. I am happy to report, too, that as I assemble Bart's skateboard here, these purple wheels, I did not have to put on a sticker. Unlike the Simpsons house with Lego, you had to put the sticker on the skateboard. Not so with a minifigure. I think that that's great. I think stickers only cheapen the Lego experience for me. I'm not going to put Bart on a stand right now because, as I drop him and realize that I have his torso on backwards. Hon, this is why I need you here.
Why?
Well, to stop me from doing silly things like that. And you know, I realized that I had him on backwards a second ago because there, I'll show you, as I turn Bart around, you will see very clearly why I knew I had him turned around. There's Bart with his shorts on, which, again, you should not eat. Do not eat Bart's shorts, please, at all. Top of Bart's head there. And as I turn it around, you will see that Bart has a slingshot in the back pocket. Bonus there. Love that part of Bart. Love the fact that the skateboard does not have a sticker or require a sticker for Bart to be on it. All right, that's number 2. Again, we have the checklist. We'll throw that down. We'll throw this down. Okay, no other pieces in there. Let's look for a bag labeled number 3, because we're going to try to do this in order, Wicket. You hear me, buddy? Why is Wicket over here? Oh, wait. I missed bag number 1. Which bag did I open? Okay, well, forget the numbers now. We're just going to go in random bag order as I pick them up. Let's see if we have any questions here from the YouTube community. What? Someone asked what? I don't know. If I'm not saying the right things or slurring, it's not intentional. It's just what happens when you do the live video thing. Ooh, almost missed an accessory here. A nice little accessory, which happens to be a donut. A donut accessory. Who could this belong to? This donut right here. Could it be Homer? It could be. It might be, as I assemble Homer, the minifigure. There's his torso upon his legs with his head on top. And a remote control, I'm assuming. Yes, it is a remote control. I have confirmed remote control in hand. As I try to get it into Homer's hand there. Trick and a half. How should he be holding it? Let's see here. He'll hold it like this. Oh, the joy that I received. This is probably the most exciting thing to happen to me in months. I get very excited over this stuff. These minifigures are treasures to me. They will retain their value so long as the dogs do not eat them. Bless you. Dog was sneezing there. Wicket. Let me see if I can get the... Bless you again. Get the donut right into his hand here. Ow, 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 ow. Boy, didn't realize donuts could hurt. See anybody asking good questions there, honey? I know you're probably not watching the comments, but... I dropped a donut! This is the worst thing that can happen to you, is when you drop pieces. But that's why I keep these little puck lights with me here. Found it! Got it! Crisis averted. Crisis averted. Got it. Got the donut here with the... What's wrong, baby? You can't... see him. Gosh, I'm having pretty big problems. I'm trying to get the donut to sit right on top of, like you know, you got the minifigure's hand like that, and I believe this donut should just, if I can get it right in there. It's almost there. Almost there. Ow, ow. Okay, now the remote control pops out. Oh, this is the fun part of See, once I have it in... Okay, screw it. I'm putting it in his hand like a normal piece. There we go. I tried, folks. I tried. Maybe I'll try it again later. I try to be fancy with it, and that's the problem. Speaking of fancy, I've had people ask me where I get my geeky hoodies. We actually sell these online. Shop.LockerGnome.com. Here's Homer. This is by the way, as I'm sweating through this is my X-Wing pilot hoodie. There's Homer Simpson right there, holding onto the donut in a way that I did not really want him holding onto it, but that's okay. It'll work. Homer. Homer. Even has his 2 hairs on top there. Remote control, donut, looking pretty happy for Homer. If I can turn him around there. Pretty much looks like a plain white shirt and blue pants, just like you know Homer, with the squiggly in the back. There we go. So now, so far, we have Bart, Marge, and Homer. I believe that's all the accessories for those 3. Moving on to the next thing that I'm going to grab here. Who shall we get? Oh. Watched The Simpsons through most of my college years. Earlier Simpsons episodes, since The Simpsons was pretty brand new back then, when I was in high school, certainly. I remember their first Christmas special, too, when they got Santa's Little Helper. I was disappointed that Santa's Little Helper did not come with the house. That was a bit of a shock. Snowball 2, not so much. He's been dead for years. Here we go with the next Lego Simpsons, or the Simpsons Lego minifigure. Anybody want to guess? Homer's dad, Abe. Looking honest right there. There's Abe with a newspaper. Wow. You know, I've always enjoyed The Simpsons. Never really collected any Simpsons things. Even when, you know, in the highlight of the Simpsons, or the heyday of The Simpsons way back when. Let me reverse Abe's direction just so he's got a plane from behind. You can definitely tell it's Abe just by his head. Again, that's probably the easiest way of telling one Simpsons character apart from the others, the shape of their head. The paper, by the way, says Old Man Yells at Cloud. Okay, let me see if I can get really close with that one. So try to get that in focus. There we go. Perfect. Old Man Yells at Cloud. And I suppose I could probably do a close-up or get pretty close like that at some point during this broadcast as well, if only because some people don't want to rewind. They're not going to be kind. I don't have a favorite Simpsons character. Never really did. People have asked, and it just depends on the day, and I'm going to answer differently. I enjoy what Homer does frequently enough because he always says stupid things, and I like that. I like stupid things. And I also enjoy this character. Wow. You know, this is going to sell so insanely well. This one, I know, in particular. You know why? Because I choose it. It's Ralph Wiggum! I bet my Wookiee. It's my best Ralph. That's impossible. And there's his card. I choose you. Good job, Ralph. Yeah, let's turn Ralph around. Looks pretty normal from behind, I would say. That one, thank you, Ralph. I will set you right there. Put everything else over here because I don't want to reach for a bag that I've already opened. Okay, let's see here. Why you no read the comments? Asks Sweet Diecast Boy. I just did. Why do people do that? They say, why don't you read the comments? And that's the comment that I inevitably read. I read the comments. Why? Because my number one job right now is to unbag these Simpsons characters for the first time right here on YouTube live. And by the way, I don't think I showed everybody. I still have, in the beginning, still got a lot of these characters in their bags. Every one of them. I had that, I showed that in the thumbnail for this particular video. And now I'm going to wrestle with, okay, I'll just show you her head. Lisa. Lisa, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Lisa. Give me a second. I've got to put her skirt on. It's not really something I'm used to doing. I don't have a lot of practice in putting on skirts. You are the best, someone says. Oh, well, thank you. Actually, I appreciate that. Given that I know there are thousands, if not millions, of Lego fans out there. And I gotta be careful, because Lego, that's the Lego Group, that's the company that makes Lego bricks. And, you know, I like Lego sets, but more than just sets in general, which I will put together, and I do enjoy, because I like puzzles, and I like putting together those types of sets that have some directions to them. Not very creative to be able to engineer a set on my own. I kind of need to follow the directions. But that's also one of the reasons why, especially over time, I've always loved the figure. Minifigures, certainly. And I remember having my first Lego set. It was before Lego had minifigures. That's how long ago. How old Lego was, even then. But how new it was for me as a child. They didn't even have Lego minifigures back then. And here's Lisa with her saxophone. Thank you, Lisa. Your skirt looks lovely. Some people are like, Chris, just shut up and show us the figure. Well, hey, what else are we going to do with the live broadcast? There's the back of Lisa's head. It's always interesting to me seeing two-dimensional characters pop out and become 3D. By the way, the the Simpsons Lego episode, or whatever they're calling it, is happening on Star Wars Day, May 4th. Why is May 4th Star Wars Day? Well, may the 4th be with you. That's all it takes, man. I will be absolutely tuning in. And by the way, I'm sorry for all those on the East Coast, not because you live on the East Coast, but because I realized that I scheduled the live broadcast, which, of course, will be viewable in perpetuity, at the same time as the new episode of Game of Thrones was airing, because for me, it won't be airing until later. Game of Thrones, Star Wars, The Simpsons, Lego. Does this channel and video get any geekier? Well, not today. And I hope you don't laugh, but if you do decide to laugh, please let it be a ha-ha. Nelson Muntz with a baseball bat. There's Nelson right there. His hair is not removable. I don't know if there are any Simpsons Lego characters for minifigures which allow you to remove the hair from the rest of the head, and I think that's fine. Each one of these heads appears to be completely different from the other, and would almost need to be, because of the shape of the various Simpsons heads. And you know what? I'm very glad that the Lego group decided to go that way with the Lego minifigures, because I don't know if they would have been able to capture the same kind of personality of the Lego minifigure if they went with the standard Lego minifigure head. And, the classic. Hang on. They're yellow, just like the Simpsons. So this was a long time coming. Give me a second. I happen to have a Lego head back here with hair. That's a, if in case you completely forgot what a classic Lego head looks like, I'm so glad they didn't go this direction with the toys, with these Lego minifigures. I'm glad they went with the heads the way they decided to go with the heads. That's just me. Jonathan Clark says, was watching a vlog the other night of you in London, and you were standing about 10 minutes from my home. I couldn't believe it. Well, if I knew that, I would have knocked on the door and asked for some food, because I was hungry. Whoa, hey. Dang it. I keep dropping pieces left and right. Ooh, I've never seen a job like that before. Interesting. I love these unique pieces. Well, some of them happen to be unique. As we assemble this character. This here, I'll show you here. It's his, here, this will give you a clue. His bullhorn appears to be dual tone. Whose bullhorn? No, you got the wrong number. This is 912. Chief Wiggum, holding on to a billy club, and you can see that. Look at that bullhorn. It's like orangish brown in the middle. I don't know if I've ever seen a Lego piece, specifically a bullhorn, colored like that. The hat is not removable, for those asking. I suppose that's kind of par for the course when it comes to these figures. As I said before, the hair or the head pieces, hat pieces would not be removable from the rest of the head. There's Chief Wiggum, Ralph's father. All right, there's that one. Now we go on to this one. Snip, snip, snip. Oh my god, The Walking Dead Lego, even better. I'm the only one, maybe. I don't watch The Walking Dead. I'm not a zombie fan. I have zombie Lego figures, like minifigures, but that's more because it's Lego than The Walking Dead. I know people keep telling me, oh, you gotta get into The Walking Dead, you'll love it. And I'm like, I don't know, I'm just not really much of a zombie kind of guy. And I don't know if that's ever going to change. And then, even then, they said, you got to get into it. But don't watch the first season, because the first season kind of sucked. I'm like, well, Why would I want to start on something that you're telling me sucks? Well, you just gotta do it. I don't know, dude. Not a fan yet. Maybe I will be. Maybe I can be converted. That's how it happened with Doctor Who and me. Right now, I'm feeling a bit itchy. Fight, 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 fight. The Itchy and Scratchy Show. Or the not as famous, they bite and light. They light and bite. Light, bite. You know what I'm talking about. That was my best Krusty. So interesting with Itchy here, and I realized, oh, here, let me kind of turn it around. That may highlight the character a little better rather than Cloud, since he is blue, or this kind of blue, almost that sky blue. Itchy here, his head feels like a different kind of plastic. It's I don't know what I couldn't tell you the exact difference, like what the plastic is called, but well, his ear is a bit flexible. So it's not as like a hard plastic like this like a regular Lego brick might be, that kind of hard plastic. Itchy's head is not made of that type of plastic, and I don't know why they went that direction with Itchy, but they must have had a reason. Don't know why. I don't know why that's not a hard plastic. Could be his ears. Either way, I just wanted to point that out. That's the first that type of plastic that I've seen or felt with the Lego minifigures here with the Simpsons set. I do hope they continue to make all of Springfield. I doubt they will. Just because that's a lot of minifigures to go through. A lot. A ton. Really. But, you know, think about that. Over the years, how many Simpsons characters have there been? A ton of them. Certainly more than I could probably ever collect. And that's where they really get out of hand. Especially with the sets, right? Because you got to buy these big, expensive sets. Which we feature all the time on LockerGnome.com. I don't know if you guys have visited LockerGnome.com lately, but we're finding all sorts of fun stuff. This week is going to be Neon Week. We're going to find all sorts of interesting neon things on LockerGnome.com. Here's Milhouse with his Biclops comic book. That was the worst Milhouse impression ever in the history of the internet. Bart's best friend right here, Milhouse. There's the back of Milhouse, in case you were wondering. Legs painted a lot like Lisa's. Red and yellow. In fact, I don't know if you could even tell the difference between Lisa's shorts and his. Kind of? Yeah, maybe not. They may be, or would they? No, they'd be interchangeable. There's no telling the difference. Okay, well, I guess the Lego group saved a little money there. There's Milhouse again. With Biclops. Hoping for Fallout Boy, but maybe next time. All right, so snip, snip, snip. What, baby?
Fallout Boy the band.
No. No. Band. You nut. Ooh, okay, well, here's the... I'm about to show you a character that I know you will definitely know, but his head also happens to have that soft, plasticky feel to it, which is, it's a little disconcerting. I would be curious to know why this was the case. But as I snap his pieces together and show you, I know you're inevitably going to be disappointed. Or will you? It's Mr. Burns. Excellent. Right there, Mr. Burns. Holding on to what was most likely like a fishbowl with a radioactive fish with 3 eyes. Looks like what would be one of those radioactive bars of plutonium. Unfortunately, Smithers is not yet available. For those of you wondering, you may have to wait for another series, and I have a feeling this series is going to sell very well. By the way, if you want to get a hold of the series, if you want to get a hold of these minifigures, I'll be sure to put the links in this video's description for you so that you could use our links for credit. There we go. And don't worry, I will show you each one of these characters again and try to bring them as close to the camera as I possibly can. Doing these shows is a lot of fun for me, and, you know, I really enjoy spending my Easter with you, so thank you for spending it with me. Chris asks, Vinny Sims FC, are you going to put the Lego Simpsons minifigs in the quote-unquote library? No, I think they're going to be surrounding the Simpsons house in our den. If only because I know... Ooh, this is interesting. Never seen this type of piece. Okay, this I have to show you. I'm building Scratchy right now. Let me go ahead and put his legs on the base plate. As I'm building Scratchy here, this is his tail piece, which again is that soft plastic. It's not a hard plastic. This is his tail. Very interesting, fascinating. So we'll go ahead and place that down there. Well, it's difficult because I don't have a background here. I can put it in front of my white face. Does that help? And then we'll place torso right there on top of his tail and his legs. And give him, again, the soft plasticky head, much like Itchy and Mr. Burns in this series. And an axe. This one comes with an axe. They bite, 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 bite. Bite and light, you know, when Krusty was... Never mind. Okay. There is Scratchy. Itchy and Scratchy. Glad they put those two in the set. I really am. Like, it's difficult, you know, where do you draw the line with characters? Because there have been so many of them. So many of them over the years. If there's ever been a minifigure produced that had a tail like that, it would be news to me. I've never seen that before. I like Lego minifigures. I've been collecting them for the longest time, and I have tons of them downstairs. And I just can't remember. Not even with the Chima series. With the Chima series, the tail has been a part of the head, I want to say, or like something that would attach to the neck peg. Very interesting. Chris Lawler says, I'm convinced you could grow an afro. Haha, random observation. That's great. Thank you for randomly observing that. But I just want to point out, I am not Artie Ziff. Wag my scissors at you there. Not Artie Ziff. Please, no one make a direct comparison between me and Artie Ziff. I would really appreciate if you did not do that. I can grow out my hair. Probably will not. If only because I don't need to. Who am I going to impress? I'm already married, happily. Got a kid on the way who will be brought up on Star Wars, The Simpsons, Doctor Who, pretty much everything that I love. No sports, though. We have a rule in our house. No sports. Just do not believe in it. But you know what we do believe in, folks? Do you really want to know? That you need to please pay for your purchases, then get out and come again. Voiced by Hank Azaria, Apu Nahasapima Padalon. Right there. With a squishy. Sometimes I will even say that. Like, I'll be drinking something that is does not even remotely resemble. I almost said assemble. I'm assembling the figures right now. It does not remotely, I can't even say it now. Resemble a squishy, but I'll sometimes say, that's good squishy. The Simpsons. Silly customer, you cannot hurt the Twinkie. And again, I am slaughtering the voices of the Simpsons characters, but I've known and loved them for so long. What season are they in now? Like 28? Something insane like that? I know I can catch up on a few of the more recent episodes on Hulu Plus. By the way, I've got a 2-week trial that you can get. Well, I have one, but you can get one too if you use the link huluplus.com/Chris. Something I negotiated for you if you wanted to try Hulu Plus. And normally it's a 1-week trial, but I scored a 2-week free trial for you. God, I love this character. I'm so glad this next character is also a part of this series, the first series of what will hopefully be many. It's Krusty! With a horrible impersonator in the background. Ugh. Unfortunately, no Sideshow Bob here. Not this time around. Krusty has a pie, a tie. By the way, his head, hard plastic. I wouldn't imagine it would be, but it is. Unlike the other ones with soft plastic. Love the detail on these Lego minifigures. The colors are damn near perfect. The shapes are damn near perfect. They've completely outdone themselves. Lego has with this series. I'm so incredibly happy. We're down to 2 bags. Any guesses as to what bags they would be? You know what? Here's the thing. If you think my impressions suck, I dare you to do a better one. And you probably can. Why no sports? Because they're sports. Who needs sports? You know, just once, I want a science fiction program to preempt a sporting event, just so they know what it feels like. Let's see here. I'm going to do my best impression of this character. The teddy bear, which I believe, unless I'm mistaken, this is the same teddy bear that once belonged to a Montgomery Burns. What's interesting about this Lego minifigure, not the teddy bear, but Maggie specifically. Look at that. You see the diaper painted on. Genius. At least, oh wait, no you can't. It was just the shadow. I was wondering about it, like, wait, I don't see it on the front. That's why. I just lied there because I was lied to by the light. This is it. That's the torso, legs, body, everything all in one. All you need to do is just add the head of Maggie, or, you know, mix them around. No, what's fun to do? Take a Darth Vader minifigure and swap Homer's head for Darth Vader. That's a good mashup, mix-up. Beautiful. All right, one more. Who are we missing? Oh, I know who. I already have him, but the only other version of him that has been released to this point with the Simpsons house. And come on, I think you guys all know who we're talking about here, or you should by now. Let's see here. Sebastian Gray says, can't wait till baby Pirillo comes into the world. It will be an amazing change to the vlogs. Yes, it will. It's going to be a radical change. I'm going to have to invest in a lot of baby gates and like keeping that child out of half the rooms in this house because of as many collectibles as we have, or as I have, and have spread out over time. All right, so let's go ahead and put this part here. You guys know who's missing now? Do you know? Any guesses? I love this too. Love this for one reason. Actually, both the accessories for this character. One reason. Both the accessories. Look at that. It's Ned Flanders. Haddily ho. Or, as I will say every once in a while, Oakley dokley. Or, Buenos ding dong diddly dia, senor. That would be one of Ned Flanders' cousin. And in the house build, with the Simpsons from Lego, everything, or most everything, seemed to be or require stickers, including the property of Ned Flanders stuff. And that kind of annoyed me. I thought that only served to cheapen the sets. But as you can see on the, or if you didn't know, not just on the cup where it says, I love Southpaws, because of course we know that Ned Flanders is a lefty. See if I can get that cup to be in focus there. There we go. Also on his toolbox, property of Ned Flanders, not a sticker. Not a sticker. Not a single sticker in this set. Let's see here. I'm making sure I got everybody and everything. Yes, I think I do. You gotta make sure. You gotta read these checklists. Yeah, because if you don't, you may be missing something, and that could be really bad, because then you'd throw a bag away, and you'd be missing it. So let's go ahead and do this again, a roundup in no particular order. I'm going to try to get as close as I possibly can with these figures. So anybody who did not want to pay attention to everything that was going on here could at least feel like they got something out of it. I don't know if I'm going to be spinning the figures around, though. It's difficult with the lighting conditions in this house. You know what? I wonder, can I do this way? With a different background? I'm trying to figure out how to... Chris, you know, you could have planned better for this. Do I have anything I can hold up that'll work? I guess the clouds are it. Yeah, I'm trying to, you know, make it so that you guys can see up close. And I gotta get real... Here, I'll just hold up the... There we go. Oh, perfect. There we go, Chris. There we go. I'm talking to myself. There's Abe again. I'm so glad I decided to clip my nails. So glad. Also glad I happen to have this tablet. There's that. Next one I'm going to pick up here. There's Itchy again. With the club. Nice detail with the shirt. His torso. Still not sure why they decided to go with a softer plastic for his head. Shorter body, of course. This is the mouse, after all. And being someone who grew up with Tom and Jerry, I kind of like Itchy and Scratchy. Although not at the same level that Lisa and Bart do. Oh! Or woohoo! Completely up to you. Here's Homer. And I think this one, Homer, is probably going to be the most popular character in this entire series of 16. Ah! Come on, Bart. Play along. There we go. He's Bart Simpson. Who the hell are you? Difficult to hold on to, though. Slingshot in the back pocket again. I don't know if I'm going to bother spinning him around, though, completely. Eyeballs completely wide open. Not high on a squishy. Hopefully you guys are able to see everything that you were hoping to see with this particular reveal/review. I think that they did a fantastic job. I mean, an absolutely fantastic job narrowing down the list of characters for the first series, what will assumedly be the first of many. That's certainly of quality. Every piece, every little detail on these Simpsons characters, which, in a 2D cartoon, you can't really have a lot of detail. But as I said before, and I may have even said this in the Lego Simpsons House video that I recorded a while ago. My hands are kind of hurting there. The fact of the matter is that the Simpsons are just a part of culture. And you just cannot really look past that. And so bringing them into the world of Lego, the Lego universe, if you will, I think that they did a fantastic job. I'm so very happy to see this stuff. Maybe, just maybe, we will now see, potentially, who knows? I don't know anything. I'm not privy to any information. Family Guy Lego minifigures. Maybe even Futurama. In fact, I'd imagine we'd probably see Futurama before we saw the Family Guy. Simpsons, I would say for the most part, was a family show. Family Guy, family show, but a different kind of family show. In comparison to the Family Guy, certainly. Futurama, more like the Simpsons. Matt Groening. I read his Life is Hell books, or Life in Hell? Life is Hell? I can't remember. Life in Hell? With Bongo? Used to love those books. Didn't understand half the humor when I was a kid, though. Saxophone. No Bleeding Gums Murphy minifigure on the horizon. But again, what do I know? I'm not privy to any information out there. You try doing this with your tablet. Ooh, here, let me... There's Ralph Wiggum's, the top of Ralph's head. Look at that. As I was looking down from above. Go Ralphie. Not to be confused with Ralphie from A Christmas Story, though. I bit my Wookiee. So many catchphrases and sayings over the years. How do you narrow down your favorite one from each character? How, I ask you. I'm a little curious as to why Krusty did not come with a Krusty Burger. Just a pie. I mean, I know he's a clown, but where's the Krusty Burger? Maybe that's a future accessory for a future release. Fair job. How do you rate these things? Like I said, I mean, in terms of replication and 3Dification and staying true to Lego, or the Lego universe of interoperability and the look and the feel and everything, staying true to the Lego culture, staying true to the Simpsons culture, I think everybody involved with this particular endeavor did a fantastic job. An absolutely fantastic job. Coming from a fan of not just Lego minifigures in general, but also The Simpsons. So if I had to give a grade, I'd say A. Even with the soft plastic stuff, give them an A. All right, let's try holding it like this for a while, so my hands don't get too tired. Don't you just love live videos with an interesting level of production? You can get a better view of that fish with 3 eyes. Mr. Burns. Just to mention this again, I do plan on posting individual images to my various social feeds. If not today, then likely tomorrow, whenever I can get time. Millhouse once more. Biclops. No comic book guy in this release. It's also interesting that Homer, as I showed him, he doesn't have a gut. Like, I think they did. Bomber has a gut from the Lord of the Rings minifigure series from The Hobbit. He's got a gut. And Homer in this series does not. Apu, Nahasapima Padalon. You can see his chest hairs. Like I said, I would be I'd be surprised if anybody who loved Lego, or Lego bricks, or minifigures, and The Simpsons would not have this full set at some point in the future. So worthy of anybody's collection. Fantastic job. Oh. Of course, I've seen Maggie before in the Simpsons house. I've seen a few of these characters from the Simpsons house. I was hoping for a bit more variety. It's okay. That's okay. We'll give them time. Can't complain. Very happy to have these. I happen to be right-handed, but Ned, I love you and I wish you were my neighbor. What has it? Hens love roosters, geese love ganders, everyone else loves Ned Flanders. Not me. Everyone but Homer loves Ned Flanders. Wasn't that the song? I'm asking Diana as if she did. Was that the song, Pixie? No one on the internet. Nobody can hear you scream. However, you can hear me wrapping up this video now that I've been doing it for about 40 minutes live for you. A complete collection of the first series, hopefully many, Lego minifigures from The Simpsons. Very happy to have them. Very, very, very happy to share this time with you. Thank you for enabling me to enable your geek lifestyle within this YouTube channel. This is not my vlog YouTube channel, obviously. It's for geek lifestyles, for anything geeky like this stuff. And you can become a patron, just like I pointed out at the beginning of the video. Get all sorts of bonuses from me, including sneak peeks and shout-outs and all sorts of fun stuff. More information about that at chrispirillo.com. I think I'm about done, honey. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Were you just physically nauseous?
No.
Okay, that's good. Wasn't sure. You kind of came walking in here all pregnant-like.
Yeah.
Wasn't sure if I needed to stop immediately and pay attention to what you were doing, or it's okay for me to stop now, right?
All pregnant-like.
Well, yeah, you're all pregnant-like. All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. As I said before, thanks again for remembering to like, comment, share, subscribe, watch even more of our videos right now. And at this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices. We'll see you later.